Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. It is very early in the morning and I will admit I am here because I'm doing this because I don't have any other idea of what videos to do next. I had planned to do a vlog of me getting the new Sarah J. Maas book, but it hasn't arrived yet in Puerto Rico, so I wasn't able to go to the bookstore and buy it. So I just figured that I would just order it online because it would be faster, and the spoilers are just, I am, diving away. Yes. I wanted to do an update on the books that I'm currently reading. One, because some of them I'm really enjoying, and two, because some of them I'm not that much. So, let's start with the chunker. A Promised Land by Barack Obama. This book is huge. It's temporarily on hold, DNF'd, because I cannot get through this without the audiobook. I just can't. So I managed to read about 232 pages. So that's like about that way. And here's the thing. I think that I mentioned this about Gloria Steinem's book, in which she talks a lot about past politics, figures in politics that I am not really familiar with, and I feel like someone that is American would be. I think that that is logical. I am more familiar with Puerto Rican politics, so if you were to tell me about Luis Muñoz Marín or Luisa Ferré, I can pretty much pinpoint and I have an idea of who those people are, but not in US politics. I know the very general, I know the presidents, but I don't really know the other politics or the senators or stuff like that. So this book is very heavy on that, and although it doesn't rely on the reader knowing who these figures are, it does, it's boring. So it focuses, it's no surprise, but it's a very political heavy kind of book. I thought that I would enjoy it much more than I am, and here's the thing, I think that Michelle Obama's book may be superior just because it's a memoir, and you get to relate so much more to it, and you get to see just her struggles growing up and just seeing her be her and how she became the person that she is. So I think that that book is a lot more approachable and a lot more enjoyable than this one. And Barack Obama was very clear that this book is an account of his presidency, his first 4 years, his first term, and we're pretty much getting just that. So I enjoyed kind of reading about the campaign and the process, and not only the things that he had to deal with, the things he kind of failed at or wasn't very good at, and yeah, moments where he was misinterpreted and stuff like that. So it is kind of interesting. It's just that I need the help of the audiobook to complete this, because I cannot sit down and read this for pleasure, I think, even though I kind of am. So I don't know where I'm going with this, but yes, take of that what you will. I have put this temporarily on hold until my Libby hold comes back, because it left me. The other book that I read on the weekend was Hood Feminism. This book was great. I definitely recommend it to everyone, especially feminists. We should all be feminists, so everyone should read it. But I think that as a Hispanic woman, I think that the issues that the author talks about are to hit too close to home, not necessarily to me, but because I've seen people who go through these issues very closely. And just, I think that because of that, the issues that the author presented were not a surprise to me. Sadly, I think that many people of color have gone through these issues and they understand them closely. So I think that if you are a feminist and your priority is to have the first female president, which I'm not discounting, but or minimize the pay gap, although those are important issues, we need to really recognize that there are women out there who have more precarious situations. I remember that the author was talking about how, for example, feminism has kind of resorted to talking about the issues that white women have, not necessarily the issues that women from other minorities and trans women and non-binary people go through in the United States, and I'm pretty sure that all over the world. So some of the issues that we're talking about is education, housing, hunger, how the system is kind of rigged to work against you, especially when it comes to, it's like she was saying, it's not, the system doesn't get you out of poverty, it penalizes poverty. So yeah, I think that the argument that the author makes that most of these issues should be addressed by feminism because most of them affect women is valid. So I really, really did enjoy this book, and I do recommend it to everyone. So yes. I also have this small book which I have never mentioned, and I think I'm gonna make a collection about these books, or a video, about these books, because I have made a collection, a small collection, and I love it. Okay, this is the Everymans Library Pocket Poets, and basically they're just these tiny small books that are collections of poems, and this one centers around solitude. So it's just, I guess, like the title says, a bunch of poems on solitude. And within solitude, there are many other, there are many subcategories. So here is on the virtues of solitude. So we get a lot of poems kind of celebrating solitude, on absence and longing, on loneliness and despair, on mind and soul, alone among others, in the stillness of the night. Many just wonderful poems. And I think that I have discovered that, I think his name is William Wordsworth. I think that's his name. I think he's my favorite poet because I read a poem by him and I just started crying. And every poem that I read by him, it just touches me so deep. So William Wordsworth. So yes, I really do recommend these. I think that it's a great way to get into poetry if you're not really sure where to start, because you have a bunch of different poets from all over the world, I think, because I saw that there are some Chinese and Asian authors here that are translated. So yes, I think that this would definitely be a great place to start. If you want me to do a video about my small collection of Everyman's Library Pocket Poets, let me know. I have about 6 or 7, and I love to show them off because they're so cute. So yes, and finally, the book that I'm currently reading, Six of Crows. I forgot how good this book is. It's just great. It's wonderful. I started it yesterday, and I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna fly through it because it's that good. It's been a couple of years since I last read this book, and I remember that the first time that I read it, I enjoyed it, but I didn't love it. And now that I have the benefit of hindsight, I get to identify just so much more within these characters. And I was talking to my friend yesterday, and I was just telling him the mastery behind the character of Cass Brecker is just outstanding, astonishing. The way that this character can pretty much know everything about everyone, and how he has made himself into a person that really doesn't care about many people. I mean, the first scene, not the prologue, I guess you could call it, but the first scene where we are in the docks, I believe, and they're going to do a parlay, and we have the sense that something is wrong and something is off, and that something is going here that wasn't planned. And we're seeing this from the perspective of an Edge, and it's so great. It's so great. I remember reading it yesterday, and I was like, this is just amazing. So yes, I'm gonna fly through this, and I'm just so excited. I am so excited for the show. I mean, now I see the characters from the book as the cast, and I am so excited. So excited. So if you haven't seen, I made an announcement video on the read-along that we're doing. And my friend and I will be discussing and making sort of a podcast kind of episode discussing the books, and looking to see how they will compare to the show and what our predictions on the show will be. So yes, be sure to watch that. And I guess that would be it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you're currently reading. What are some of the books that you have been enjoying this beginning year? So yes, see you guys with the next video. Bye.